Thank you for joining us for the 2020 Environmental Seminar with the Central Bucks Chamber of Commerce. My name is Scott Little with Harleysville Bank. I'm a volunteer with the Architectural and Environmental Committee. And I'm joined here today with Ed Boito, the Small Business Ombudsman of the Department of Environmental Protection of PA. Thank you for joining us today, Ed.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate that.
Excellent. So I understand if our chamber members, small business owners, want to save money on energy, they should talk to you about the Small Business Advantage Grant. Can you tell us a little bit about how that can help small businesses?
Sure. The Small Business Advantage Grant is a grant that's provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, and it's designed to help small businesses do energy efficiency or pollution prevention projects for their building. One of the great examples of this is the use of LED lights. By putting in LED lights, small businesses can usually save anywhere from 30 to 70%, I've seen in some cases, on their energy bill for their lighting systems. The Small Business Grant, the Small Business Advantage Grant, allows small businesses to get up to $7,000 for projects that they want to do. Now, for lighting projects, it's only a maximum of $6,000. Now, this is a reimbursement grant, and what we mean by that is you have to apply first, and then you'll get approved, and then you'll do your project, and then get reimbursed after you've completed and paid for your project. This grant requires small businesses to save 25% and $500 a year in energy costs to qualify. Now, just to give you a little bit more of an example here, small businesses defined by Pennsylvania DEP have 100 or fewer employees, full-time equivalent employees, and that's very important. But most of the time, the small businesses that we see apply have anywhere from 2 to 3 to 10 full-time equivalent employees. So most of the time, small businesses are going to be eligible for this grant. Some of the projects that we've seen, first I've talked a little bit about the LED lighting upgrades. Those are really fantastic upgrades to do if you're a small business. The other type of projects to think about are HVAC upgrades or boiler upgrades. You get a lot of boilers from, especially like the dry cleaning industry, because they have a need for steam to do their processes, and that works out really well. A lot of people in the medical community, companies that are veterinarians or dentists, orthodontists, just regular medical facilities, they can upgrade from their old X-ray systems, which use film and chemicals, to a new digital X-ray technology, and that eliminates completely all of those chemicals out of the environment. So this is a really great way to save money and to protect the environment at the same time. It's a great program here for small businesses.
Thanks, Ed. I think our chamber members will be interested. And what's the best way for someone to get in touch with you if they want to take advantage of the Small Business Advantage Grant?
Sure. The easiest way for a small business to look and see what this program offers is to go to our website. Just Google the Pennsylvania DEP, which is dep.pa.gov. And when you get into the web page, just do a search for the Small Business Advantage Grant, and that will pop up. Once you're on our webpage, you're going to find a lot of different bits of information about the grant. You're going to find the guidance document for the grant, all the forms that are necessary, including the application. And to make it easy, I've created some videos for people to use so that they can be online at the same time, watch the video, and complete the application. It's actually a quite easy process.
Great. Hey, thanks, Ed. So I understand you're also the guy that talked about the Pollution Prevention Assistance Account. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. The Pollution Prevention Assistance Account is a revolving loan account. And what that means is as projects are paying off, that money goes back into the pot and is available to small businesses, other small businesses, to borrow that money again. Now, this loan is, again, it's a loan. It's not a straight up grant. This loan is very helpful to small business because it offers a 2% fixed rate for a maximum of 10-year term. And this it will fund up to a $100,000 project improvement that you want to do for your facility. Again, what we've seen is We've seen people use this for big lighting upgrades, for equipment purchases that they're going to make. What the guidelines call for is, again, this is only for small businesses, and they have to have 100 or fewer employees, and they have to have some significant energy savings or reduce pollution, waste in their processes. We've seen quite a few different types of projects, again, lighting, large-scale equipment purchases. And what's nice about this program is this is also good for a startup business that wants to get their foot in the door. How this whole program will work is the applicant will apply to me, and I take a look at the environmental savings that this project is going to garner, and I make a determination on whether that project is going to have enough environmental savings for me to approve the application. Once it's approved, the applicant or the small business is going to work with their county economic organization to create an application to the Department of Community Economic Development. And they're going to do the financial background checks and all the financial paperwork that needs to be done, just like you would be borrowing that money from a bank.
Can this be used in coordination with a grant as well, too?
Absolutely, very good question. Yes, we have had people who have applied for both the grant and the loan, and they get both. And if you recall, I said that, I forgot to mention this one part. The loan program only covers up to 75% of your project costs, up to a maximum of $100,000. So if you're borrowing $100,000, if you have a $100,000 project, you could borrow $75,000 and then get a small business advantage grant on top of that. So your out-of-pocket costs could be less than $20,000 for a $100,000 project.
That's outstanding. I think our business owners in the Central Bucks Chamber could definitely benefit by speaking to you about either one of those things. I think we've got about a minute left, Ed. The Green Energy Loan Fund, I've got that here. Is that something you wanted to tell us a little bit more about as well, too?
Yeah, the Green Energy Loan Fund was created way back with the ARA money, I think back in 2009 or 2010. And what this is for is it's for commercial buildings to try to make them as energy efficient as possible. Now, this can be for a building that's being completely rehabbed, taken down to the studs, and you're going to essentially recreate that building. But any type of energy efficiency measures that are going to be undertaken in that project can be part of this whole entire project. We haven't had a lot of people applying for this grant or for this loan. But the 15 or 16 or so that have applied have seen huge savings in, sorting up their building envelope and making their building tight, putting in energy efficiency infrastructure into that building, windows, doors, the whole bit.
Well, Ed,
it's a very good one.
That's great. Hopefully our chamber video today will help spur on some business and send you some new applications for this as well. Ed, I very much appreciate the time you spent with us today here at the Central Bucks Chamber of Commerce's Environmental Seminar for 2020. I also want to thank Carroll Engineering Corporation, our sponsor today, and the Central Bucks Chamber of Commerce. Ed, again, thank you very much. You want to just give us your contact one last time before we sign off?
Sure. Again, go to our website, go to the Pennsylvania DEP, which is dep.pa.org. You can look for the Small Business Ombudsman or the Small Business Advantage Grant. If you'd like to call me directly, I'd be happy to talk to you. My number is 717-395-7435.
Thank you very much, Ed. We appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.